Heel. Hanu's going back soon, and one of the things that we were working on before we went upstate last time was teaching him to hold the door open. And he learned this very quick. He did. Quicker than learning hold and to retrieve. And one thing that I want to say is, like, if you're training a dog to do something, it might not look like they're into it at first. This dog loves retrieving to the point where you have to monitor his excitement level. And that's true of just about any dog that's into retrieving, labs, whatever. Make sure that they're doing it at a short distance before you have them doing, you know, don't try and do a 1,000-yard blind retrieve with the dog that just learned how to retrieve. You know, that's an exaggeration, but so this is something that I want to go up and make sure that he's doing it, because we had a few sessions doing this, and I want to make sure when he's going back, if the owner wants to do this with Hanu, that he will. Now, Hanu picked it up so much quicker holding the door open than, like, I've taught every English Cocker Spaniel to do this because Micah's mom, it was her idea, and it's an awesome idea. And now I'm sort of training all dogs that, not Finn, he's a little bit too young to do this and a little bit too small. But I'm sort of like any dog that's like an appropriate size and an appropriate age. I'm just throwing this in as something for the dog to learn. It's like anything you teach the dog to learn using discipline and obedience is good for the dog. So, you know, the one thing about this holding the door open is it's conflicting pressure. So if you're working on sit, that's good. You have conflicting pressure. Meaning conflicting pressure is like this. Sit. If I was saying sit, but then I was also taking the leash and pulling him towards me and saying sit, that's conflicting pressure. You could do the same thing with the dog at whoa position. Whoa, pulling him towards you. I do that with bird dogs, like upland game dogs, hunting dogs. Or a house dog, I might do that with, like have him at whoa, and then I'm pulling him towards me, and with one hand I'm pulling it, and the other hand I'm saying whoa. Conflicting pressure. So holding the door is the exact same thing. So for him to do this, he needs to be out here, spinning the heel next to me, and then the door's going to push up against his butt, and he's going to hold it. Like I said, it's been, I don't know, I think we did this a couple weeks ago. But he learned it very quickly. Usually dogs get barn sour. You get them, they don't want to spin into heel because they know that the door closes, and then the door closes, and then they scoot out like that. They're like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Sit. Not him, he was pretty stable with the whole thing. So let's see how he does. Let's put him over here. Here, Hanu. Heel. Sit. No, sit. Sit. I think he knows what I want him to do. No. Heel. Hold the door open, dude. Oh, holy shit. Sit. Fuck. He's excited about it too. Did you notice just like excitement? Like he's into it. It's a working dog. Once you get him to do something like picking up keys and everything, he's like super excited to do it. Like sit. In other words, like he was so excited. That's a problem with Hanu. It's like he's smart, so he sort of knows what I want him to do next, and he'll do it without me asking, which is not good. So when he goes back, like during the lessons, we're gonna have to go over this with the owner to like really make sure that Hanu's doing it when you give him the command. Not because Hanu, no! Not because Hanu, heel, heel. Not because Hanu, no, you know, knows what is next. He has to wait until he gets the command. Hanu, sit. Do you understand? Like dogs will do that. They're like, make sure that they're doing it when you give the command. Heel. Let's do it again, dude. That's pretty good. Sit. No, sit. See how he wants to just fly in here and do it without me telling him? Sit. Heel. Hold the door, dude. Sit. That's fucking great, dude. Sit. It's fucking awesome. You're a good looking dog, dude. You are. It's a very beautiful dog. Heel. Fucking awesome, brother. Come here, let's do it one more time. Here. Heel. goes right up against the door. Like the Cocker Spaniels, I think Charlie did it quicker than Micah and Mila. Micah was probably 3 or 4 sessions, as I remember. Like every time the door would hit Micah, he'd like, you know, he'd move, it'd take off. Like this guy's pushing up, Hanu pushes up against the door. Like I'm gonna hold it. Sit. Remember, your working dog, this bullshit about like the working dog needs to be in the country, it's bullshit. All dogs need to work. These working breeds like this, you can just train them to do whatever. You know? It doesn't matter. Sit. Like if I put the keys down and he's picking them up for me, he's working. Let's put the keys down, sit, and then I want him to hold it and then spin back in the heel holding the door. He's never done this. Let's see if he does it. Sit. No. No. Hold. No, Hanu, hold. Heel. Sit. Hold. No, hold. Drop. Sit. Fucking awesome. Sit. You're a good boy, dude. Not that he wasn't the easiest dog to train. I've said this before. He wasn't easy, but he wasn't the hardest either. A lot of it has to do with just his age. By the time this dog's 2, 2.5, be a dream come true. All the owner needs to do is keep up on everything. You know, seriously. The only issues he has right now is that he's a 7-month-old dog. He's a cattle dog. He's 7 months old. He's going through the teenage months. So if you have your dog that's like 5.5 to 10, 11, maybe 12 months, a year old, that's the teenage months, you want to stay on target and keep sending that message to the dog, like you need to behave, you need to not jump on people, you need to stay off the furniture, you know, you start letting the young dog like this do whatever they want, all hell breaks loose. So be real controlling with your dog in general, and when they're this age, be super controlling. Always have the leash on the dog. This dog, if this dog was coming out of the crate, I have a leash on him. If I'm in the backyard, either he's dragging a leash, or I'm using the e-collar, or a combination of both. No. No. Heel. No. Heel. Sit. It's okay if he makes a mistake as long as he becomes compliant, which he does. Sit. Like I said, he's going back soon. I told his dad, like, after today, anytime, I don't care. You know, whatever day is convenient for you. So that's what you want. It's okay if the dog makes a mistake. It's even okay if the dog gives you a refusal, but they must become compliant, which he does. You tell him no, he becomes compliant. He's awesome. You're awesome, brother. Good boy. Heel. It's a good dog.